It's your boy James acting up. You already know, yeah, acting up. This special part. When I say special, I mean when you see flyers, you see her flyer, and then you see Harris flyer. They like neck to neck when it comes to the flyers. You know
Kamala Harris?
Yeah, they neck to neck. They neck to neck. You feel me? I'm gonna let her introduce herself though.
You're funny as hell for that introduction, first of all. What's up, y'all? My name is She.Unapologetic, and I am one of Chicago's best artists. I'm a spoken word artist, a singer, performance entrepreneur is what I call it. You give me your mic, you put me on the stage, I just do my thing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm so happy to be here.
I'm happy you're here too. Very happy. So, what part of Chicago are you from?
The South Side, 87th and Halsted. Like, love it so much I wrote a poem about it. Like, the South Side is my thing. It's everything that I am.
Do you think the South Side kind of like changed since you first been on? Since you like
oh, it's constantly changing and constantly evolving. But as much as it changes, it stays the same. Like, gentrification is always the name of the game, and because in the 90s, that was like when I was born, we were born. Sure. That was peak blackness on the South Side. And once you got a little bit of money, you moved out to the suburbs. Well, them suburban children grew up and found out the suburbs boring as fuck. And so now they're trying to come back to the city. Yeah, okay. Suburbs, super boring. They trying to come back to the city. And of course, they're going to move to the South Side. They go from South Loop to Bronzeville to you want to start a family, you going to Beverly, you in Auburn Gresham. They buying up Roseland. There's some big, beautiful houses in Roseland, big, beautiful houses in Inglewood. They buying them up, flipping them. Everybody trying to come in, but a lot of other people coming in too for them same properties. And so, it's changed a lot. It's changed a lot for the good in a lot of ways and some not so good ways.
I'm already knowing, so I got to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Did you say you're from the South Side?
Uh-huh.
What's better? Uncle Ringus or Harold's?
Let me tell you something. Y'all couldn't pay me enough to eat with Uncle Ringus. I would never, ever in my long life. I've had it probably one time, and that was because I was out with some out west folks. And they dared me to do it, and I almost threw up. Like,
dared?
Yes.
What's the friends I need?
They tried to kill me. That's what I'm convinced.
It has to be on Halloween.
It has no. Like, Harold's is everything. I remember when I moved back home, when I went to college out of state, and so when I moved back home, just like it was like 2-3 times a week, I was eating Harold's. Like, I missed it. I was gone for 6 years.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. So now, what are you doing for yourself? It's like one thing that you do for you every day.
Whew. That's a good question. I don't know if it's something I do for myself every day.
Yup, something that you for yourself. Even if it's taking your kids, that could be for you.
But that ain't for me. I mean, it is for me, but it ain't for me. But it is for me, but it ain't for me. I think one thing I do for myself every day is prayer and meditation and journaling. I'm very, very huge on mental health and just checking in on myself. I've learned over the years, especially being an introvert, that inside my head is my safe place. And if that is discombobulated, if that's not put together, then everything around me is just going to be in disarray. So I wake up very, very early in the morning, every single morning, grab my tea, and just sit and be quiet with the Lord and with my thoughts and just chill.
So, what are you single?
Yes.
Dating?
I am single as a dollar bill. My God, today. I was married for 6 years.
Okay.
6 years in real life, 9 years on paper. But yeah, I was married for a good minute, but I am as single as they come now.
Right.
And I am thankful. I am not trying to change it.
I feel you on that. So right now you dating.
I've been on a few dates. I've had a little fun.
For sure.
I've met a few people. I had some great experiences.
What's dating for you like? What would you call dating?
That's funny that you asked that because growing up, and being like a church girl. I remember when I got to college, like I basically had a bullhorn in my hand. And my whole point was like, you can't try to be my man if you're not thinking about marriage. The goal is marriage. It's about marriage. Like that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm trying to do. And I've done that now. And I see the value in romance and even intimacy that doesn't have to last forever. Right. I see the value in love and being cared for in that way without it having to be permanent. So for me, dating is an experience of service, of care, of joy, of fun, of sensuality, even if it doesn't mean sexuality, with a partner, and learning and growing, right? This is a person that you trust. This is a person that you care about. And this is a person that also makes you feel desired and beautiful and all that beautiful stuff.
So in dating, can you date multiple people?
You can. I'm not particularly polyamorous in practice, but I don't believe in the talking phase neither. Like either we friends or you my man. There is no in between.
Oh damn.
There is no in between.
What do it mean to talking stage? What do they even mean?
That's been my question since forever. Like somebody tell me, you know what I'm saying? We not together, but we talk. I'm sure we do. I talk to him.
You dating. That's really when you an adult.
So it's a date.
When you get grown,
we are dating.
I'm talking.
That means we're dating. Right. But people want you to talk and date exclusively. That's dumb. I'm not gonna say it's dumb. It's dumb for me. It's dumb for me because no one person can fulfill that space for me, especially if I'm just getting to know you. Right. So I might date one guy who's a poet and he understands me on that side, but he might not share my religious values. That's true. And so there are certain conversations.
Might not be a comic or something. Never know.
Right, maybe. Right. Who knows, right? Sure. There are the religious guys that I might hang out with and flirt with and have a good time with, but they have a very rigid lifestyle, very rigid understanding. And so they might not be able to enjoy the artistic spaces that I'm in because of just how their worldview.
When you date, can you have sex?
You have the choice to do whatever you want.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying like, is it proper though?
Is it? As a believer, as a Christian, I have to publicly say that I would never publicly condone premarital sex. Have I had it? Yes. Shoot, the man I was married to, we had our first child before we got married. So I'm not here to judge or shame anyone. I do think sex inside of marriage is a part of the beauty of sex, and that there's that emotional safety, there's that permanence. And if you have married somebody that you really know, that you really trust, and y'all have had the appropriate conversations outside of marriage, there are some things that you can do and you don't have to feel any shame about, and you don't have to feel any fear. That's probably one of the biggest things I miss about being married is, and being married is a concept, not necessarily being married to the person I was married to, but the things that I'm into, the things that I like, the things that I need, the ways that I like to express myself sensually and sexually are best done with the person with whom I would also trust with my entire life. And so if I'm out here, you know what I'm saying, doing what I do, where I do it, how I do it, but I don't really, I can't call you when I got a flat tire, or you can't call me when you sick. Like I could rock your freaking world, but I'm not your emergency contact. That's kind of crazy to me. That's to me. So in that regard, and I feel like, what's the point of sex if you're not gonna do it right? My dad told me, if you're gonna do whatever you're gonna do, be the best at it. If you're gonna be an engineer, be the best engineer. If you're gonna be a hoe, be the best hoe. Whatever you is, you got to be the best at it, and you got to do it right every time. So I like to do it right, and if I'm gonna do it right, I'm gonna do it free in my heart and in myself. But People do what they do, and I'm not perfect. I've had my moments, but
Right.
like I said, my phone dry. I'm single. I'm done.
So let me ask you this. So how you feel about blending? Like, I know you got your set of kids, and
Mm-hmm.
how do you feel about somebody else had their set of kids? Would you be willing to like blend with them?
Oh, I would only marry a man who had kids. That's number one. And not only would he have to have kids, but he would have to have at least 50% custody of his kids. Because I don't do that whole, this my half brother, step brother type. Like, this is a family. We take family pictures. We have family moments.
For sure.
We have family structures. And what I'm not going to do is have your kids going home to their mama and living one way and then coming over here and messing up the flow of what's going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My kids do homework. I don't believe in personal devices for my children. So my oldest son has a phone, but he don't get to keep it. You know, he only has it when he's with me. And I'm gradually.
Hello? Yeah, you got that secret phone, bro?
You
Y'all, keep doing your thing.
funny. Well, no, he couldn't have it because it's literally right here. Like it's right there. But yeah, there's just certain systems and certain things. My children learn the biblical catechisms and just all of these different things that I do in my home and in my family. That if a man wanted to blend not just his family, but even if he had no kids, himself with me, what can you add to that? Could you lead my children in prayer? Could you lead my children in fasting? Could you lead them educationally and intellectually? Are my kids smarter than you?
Hey, that's a real shit though.
No, for real. Like, my kids are nerds, all 4 of them. And that's intentional because their mom's a teacher. Like, that's my day job. So
for sure.
My kids are college bound. They're what? But my kids are also going to have a trade. And like, I care about mental health, and I invest in my kids' mental health. Can you lead my children in that? Like,
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
So, do you think it's important for the baby mama to be, you know what I'm saying, to have a strong relationship with her? Do you think that's important?
I would want that. I would absolutely want that. Like, as a baby mama or ex-wife in this case, if my ex-husband did, remarry, I would want to have a very strong and respectful and very friendly relationship with that woman because she is caring for my children. And likewise, I would want that from a woman because I love kids. I love my kids. I love all kids. All kids are my kids. I don't ever want to disrespect you. I don't ever want to cross you. I don't want to ever do anything that dishonors you. But at the same time, you have to know me and know that you can trust me, right? Like,
Sure.
I don't want anything I do to mess up my partner's access to his children or anything like that. Like, blended families can happen, and they can happen beautifully when people are healed and not bitter and, know who they are and know, just where they're going in life.
Yeah, absolutely. So let me ask you this. So let's say you met a dude, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he has a 2-month-old daughter.
Ooh, what?
Right.
A what?
You know what I'm saying? He didn't know, like, you know what I'm saying?
That's a fresh baby, honey.
You know, when you're dating,
That's a fresh baby.
like we said,
My
there's a
baby's
chance
fresh.
you have, you know, yeah.
All right, we just got
Would you get his dude a chance?
a chance in a relationship?
Yeah.
Now you're talking to somebody who's I don't want to get remarried in the first place. So let's start there.
Right.
I don't want to get remarried. It would take an act of God
Right.
for me to get remarried.
Okay.
So if I get into a relationship with a person, a serious relationship, there is an inkling of a possibility that I could marry them, like that they are minimally eligible
Right.
for me to marry them. Otherwise, I would just be their long-term girlfriend. If we are intending on me just being your long-term girlfriend, I have my own house, my own life, my own kids, my own finances, and you have your own life and your own kids, your own
Do we
finances.
meet the kids in this long time?
And see, that's the problem because I don't want you to meet my children.
Damn.
If you are just my long, again, like,
So what is this?
no, okay.
This low key a secret ass deal.
Yes, it's ridiculous. No, I know it's ridiculous. But like, my kids have their dad,
Okay.
and their dad is their dad. My kids have like my brothers who are not really my brothers. They're, my play brothers, but these are uncle. Like that's what and so when mommy is going through something and needs a man's help, mommy turns to the uncles. When mommy's out of town and my mom, my grandma is watching the kids and the kids start acting up, my mama could call them uncles. And the uncles as men come in to support me in my absence. So they're not, my children have a network of men and women outside of me on my side who are aligned with my values, because these are my friends, who respect the choices that I make about my life and my children, and who aid and support me in that. Why then would I bring somebody into their life and there's like the uncles ain't going nowhere. The uncles got their own wives, their own families. This is god brothers, god sisters, play cousins, whatever. The uncles go nowhere. The aunties go nowhere. Why would I bring somebody in my life into their life that's seasonal? For what purpose? Like for them to build these strong bonds with, for them to grow to love and respect, and then turn around and hate because
whatever you do ain't got nothing. It's whatever. You feel me? But it's
my kids don't know nothing about what I be doing. Like they don't not that ain't their business. That's not their business.
So you just gonna do the Superwoman thing and just
I'm chilling.
Incognito, man.
Look,
You're gonna have like 3 dudes in different states.
3 is crazy.
Different
states is smart.
That's what it sounds like.
I be traveling. Look, okay. If you're gonna do it, why would you have them in the same city? Have them so you have somewhere to stay when you go out of town, right? Like I get it, right? But no, like as far as I'm concerned, I'm in a space in my life where I am so satisfied with who I am, with what I have, with the love that I get to experience and the love that I have the opportunity to give, that I don't feel it necessary to be in a exclusive partnership with anybody, unless again that partnership puts both of us in a position to be even more of what we already are.
Shit. I feel it. So you a singer, right?
I am.
That's what's up, Chris. So I gotta ask you, what's your top 5 singers?
Jasmine Sullivan.
Okay.
Jasmine Sullivan. No, but seriously. No, like I live for Jasmine Sullivan. She just does it for me. She does. But no, I do absolutely love Jasmine. Like as far as like popular culture singers.
What?
I do very much love Jasmine Sullivan. I'm also just an old school vibe, so I love Whitney Houston's sound. I love her power. I love Anita Baker's sultriness. I love the depth in her voice. I'm a Christian, so I'm gonna put all the Clark sisters together. But my favorite is Dorinda. Okay,
yeah.
They gonna get me together every time. And again, still in those Christian like lines, tone names.
What's your favorite gospel song?
That's tough. The one I wake up to every single morning is called Beyond the Veil. It is a Daryl Coley song. Okay. I think he sung it on Donald Lawrence's album with the Tri-City Singers. I think he did. It might be there. Okay. But no, he did. That was When Sunday Comes. Anyway, Beyond the Veil is what I wake up to every morning.
One of you do, but I got a play called When Sunday Comes. And it's about that song.
Really? Look, man, when I tell you that's my song, I used to praise dance to that when I was a kid. It's definitely it's not something that I play on Easter. I play it every single week because it really does get me to Sunday.
Seems like you a church girl, right?
Through and through. Very much.
Do you? I know I do, because I was like kind of in between church boy and like kind of.
I get it.
But I miss that. That was a place where you could be cool with. You felt new friends. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Just it was decent.
Yeah.
Some kids didn't want to be there. But you can't help like you felt some friends there. Mm-hmm. It was a place to be. And a lot of kids out the streets.
Oh, for sure. Like So I went to like the biggest black church on the South Side growing up, which was Salem.
Oh, I
And
know
the
that.
South Side. You're right. So like I was up in there. Like we was like every single ministry that there was, I did it. Like I was there every single day of the week. I was one of them kids.
Right.
And so the brothers that I still kick it with, it's dozens of them would be dead or in jail if it wasn't for church, and they will tell you that.
Sure.
I was not a popular kid in school or anything like that. I didn't necessarily have a lot of friends. All my social capital was at church. My current friend group, my inner circle, all of these, we all went to church together. Like that is where I formed my deepest relationships. And so, I think that's missing from our children today. The culture of church, the relationships they build at church, the knowledge that just comes with being exposed to the Bible. Like even if they don't believe it, the Bible be having some really dope stuff that our children are no longer exposed to.
Sure.
And that wisdom is lost amongst the generation.
Man.
Let alone just know how to dress. Like you tell somebody to wear their Sunday best to an interview and they got on like a crop top and a mini skirt. Cause they don't in it like Sunday best is church culture.
Yeah.
Specifically black church culture, because that was the one day a week that we got to look
100%.
Our best, 50, 60, 70 years ago. Yeah. That ideology is completely lost on this newest generation. And it's sad to see.
It really is, though. I ain't gonna lie about that. So since you a famous singer and all,
famous is crazy.
you feel me? I was hoping you could bless us with a little piece before we go.
Yeah, I could do that. So I told you I'm from the South Side. And one of my dreams growing up was to open up a black-owned coffee shop on Austin, somewhere on Austin. And I remember in kindergarten, I told my teacher that I wanted it to be like a community space where people would come have meetings and just teens would come to hang out and do homework. Like that was my dream.
In kindergarten.
In kindergarten. And my teacher told me, you can't do that. The kids are going to steal. The business won't last. It won't be successful. And that broke my little heart. So that was no longer my dream. But then I remember, not too long after I came home, I went to a coffee shop that was on the very block that I wanted my own coffee shop.
Look at that.
I know, right? And the coffee shop is called Afro Joe's. It's no longer on that block. It's now in Beverly, still on the South Side.
Nice.
But when I sat in there the first time out, I was crying because I was so filled with joy that my dream happened, even though it happened through somebody else.
It was meant to be.
It was meant to be. It was in the company, the business is still thriving. So I wrote a poem called For Afro Joe's and Auburn Gresham.
Okay.
I said I'm coming from the South Side, where we got Harold's and Schultz between the moles and the folks. The South Side, from Brownsville straight to the Rose, from Mason to Cicero, The South had taught us how to walk and gave us name. The South Side is why the city has its fame. The South Side, the South Side. I used to dream of a space like this. It told me it was impossible, that brown faces and liberty were created in separate factories, never to collide. But what they didn't know was that somewhere on the South Side, borrowed bungalows bear the burden of Bronzeville's grandchildren. Catholic parishes perished in exchange for new faith. Ginger dreamers took flight in the night to make way for the Pullman porters. Wildest dreams. Black faces flood Sangamon and Lowell and Aberdeen and Greene and Racine. At 18, my grandmother escaped the tyranny of the South. The oppressive hand of parents who didn't understand that she could dream too. My Guimar floated down the Mississippi River and fell into the arms of a CTA mechanic. They purchased a home on 86th and Emerald. Blessed the block with 3 beautiful brown children. All baptized in the bosom of that neighborhood where Halston feels like State Street. It was the center of my world where a premature cup of coffee meant that I would be short forever. But my Guimar did as grandmothers do. She slid me that cup and created the inseparable union between the divine and normal. My Guimar be the bishop of the baddest and the boldest, the coldest. Baby B don't play. She raised her troop of poor sinners and created an army. The lineage down laughing taught me to confess my sins on Vince sins. My Gee might be the best spitter I saw. She bring power to where the room is, taught me where the tomb is, threw my need for perfection there and pointed me to the one who is. My Gee might be the best knitter I know. She weaves tapestries of time and tales of the divine. She be the thread, holding it all together, whatever the luminous. And though my stature is short, the hood make me feel tall. And I could still taste my grandmother's coffee, y'all. I found Jesus on Carpenter. And he told me to head to Foster Park and say what up to the moles. And now I walk around the city preaching to folk about a God who rose. And I'm thanking him that my dreams and my grandmother's dreams never died. I said I'm coming from the south side. South side. Thank you. Thank you.
Man, you gonna be performing that soon?
I am. Woo, I have quite a few shows coming up. So I have a show this upcoming Friday. That is October the 25th at the Willis Tower with Right About Now Poetry. They came all the way up from Texas, called your girl up with a few of my friends, Vay Shakur and Robin Danielle Bobo, and we are going to be on the 66th floor, okay, up in the clouds, having the time of our lives. So I got that show on the 25th. I also have my own open mic called Wine and Words at Been Trendy, the premier Black-owned winery out in Olympia Fields. So I'll be there October 30th. Got a show October 31st in partnership with my band Therapy in South Shore. You can just follow me on social media, Instagram at She.Unapologetic. It's probably 4-5 other flyers I could tell you about, but in the next 3, 4, 5 days, I have like 6 different events. So yeah, I'm busy. So too busy. I'm tired. That's why I can't handle man. I got too much to do.
Hey, I feel you. Oh shit. So, you know what I'm saying? Before we get up out of here, how long you and Bobo, you and Robin been knowing each other?
So I've been a fan of Robin since I was like 17.
For sure.
We would, me and my best guy friend, who really helped me elevate my poetry, we would go around the city when we were in high school, go to different open mics that we have no business being in because we was too young. But we would go and I would see Robin from a distance. He knew Robin. He had a relationship with her. And so, you know, we would be in community. We knew each other and things like that. But when I came back home again in 2018, after years of just kind of being connected from a distance, me and Robin kind of just reconnected in a deeper way. They nominated for the Think Tank Foundation. That was in, I believe that was 2018. Yeah, it was that year in 2018 that I won the award for as an educator. And honestly, we've been locked in pretty much ever since. I love the Bobos. I love everything.
Shout out to the Bobos, man.
Shout out to the Bobos.
Shout out to y'all on the show next.
Emporium.
Y'all can come on the show next.
They are the truth. They are the future of Black entrepreneurship and family in this city. And I love everything about it.
Yeah. That's what's up. So give everybody your tag.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at She.Unapologetic. You can find me on TikTok at She.Unapologetic. That's SHE.UNAPOLOGETIC. You can go to my website at She.Unapologetic.com. I have a YouTube page as well. I don't be posting on there. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm trying to get better about that.
That too.
I know. I'm trying to get better about that. But my YouTube page is actually She.Do Everything because I do in fact do everything.
You got a good name on that.
I know, right? Like I like it. It's fun. I love it. And yeah, you can just you type me in on the internet, I'll pop up. For sure.
All right, y'all. Another great episode. Thank y'all for watching. Peace.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, She.Unapologetic. I was here and had an amazing time, and I want to appreciate y'all for watching In the Crib with James Acting Up. Make sure you like, comment, share with somebody, and subscribe. Turn them notifications on so you don't miss a single thing he posts. I'll see y'all later.